Town TV's full match day highlights. Stowmarket Town versus Godmanchester Rovers. We're expecting an attacking Godmanchester today off the back of two very impressive results, seeing them flying on a full wave of confidence, but we know Stowmarket going into this full flying, full scoring squad on the back of two very, very impressive displays. You'll notice what we own today. Lau unfortunately can't be with us. He's on a jolly boy outing. Wish him all the best for his weekend. But let's get to the important things. We don't have at the current time full team news. Coming into the squad, into the team today, Quantrell, Bowditch, Josh Mayhew's back at the top, and Anton falls back into defence, and on the bench drops Seb, Sweeney and Reedy. As you can see, players are getting warmed up, sun's out, pitch is firm, so we'll get to the action and I'll catch you at the end. Cheers.
Press that wide as you can, yeah?
That'd be right in us.
Gaffer, thanks for joining us. Another win on the path to the title, but wasn't the prettiest of games, but ultimately it's the end result that matters, is it not?
Yeah, I think at this stage of the season, results are the most important thing. First half, without doubt, it was not at the levels that we sort of set ourselves, and we addressed that at half time. The good news was we were 1-0 up, which is encouraging. I thought the goal was a very good goal. I thought a great header by Finch, but overall, credit to Gotti. They forced it and played the conditions, and it just wasn't a great first half. But as I said, we always say to the players, if you can get us in at half time in the game, we can work on little things, address things that we've spotted on the side. We did that. They knew. I said to them, from a positive point of view, we were 1-0 up in a game that we were probably at 60%, and if we raised it 20%, then we'll go on and win the game comfortably. If we don't, we're in for a hell of a battle. Fortunately, it was the latter, and I thought second half we were well worth the win.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, stark change and difference to the last couple of games and last results. It's been quite evident in today that you've been able to use the squad a bit more and make some changes. I think last week was one of the strongest benches we've had. Does it make the selection a bit more difficult having that level of quality players to pick from?
Not really. We signed a squad for a reason, and if you don't believe in them, why have you signed them? So, as you saw today, Seb didn't play, Joe Jeffer didn't play. Two have been, in the team most weeks. And we rested Blakey, and we still, all right, the first half wasn't great, but as much down to conditions as opposed to anything else. I mean, the last couple of games we've played teams who have been struggling. We always knew Gotti were going to be a different proposition. They've got different quality players, and it proved. But my job as manager of the club is to select a team that I think is capable of winning, and if I'm honest, I think in most games we can perm 11 of what we've got, and we'll be very, very competitive. And equally, if you play the same players every week, when you need that bit of inspiration off the bench, they're not going to be match fit. So that's why we do what we do. It's worked today, it worked last week, and it worked. I mean, I understand people might look at it and say, why is he on the bench or why is X on the bench? But the whole point is getting players minutes, and I want, from a management point of view, as many as my squad match fit as possible. Otherwise they're no use to me. So that's what we did, and today's 3 points, and people chasing us have dropped points, so it's been a good weekend for the club.
Yeah, definitely. Look, one of those rotations is obviously in the strikers. Another couple of goals for Finchy today. You've really got 3 strikers who are kind of on decent form. Is that a happy headache you've got?
Yeah, for sure. It's a funny old game, as people say. Finchy wasn't too happy a few weeks ago, and now he's scored 1, then 2, then 3. He's got another 2 today, so he's on a run. I thought his header was outstanding. It was a great goal, and his play is better. I think he's getting fitter. But yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to look at the bench and take Christy Finch off, then put Matt Blake on, or Josh Mayhew? Like Thetford away, we rested Josh because his hamstrings were tight, and Blakey and Finchy had great games at Thetford. So, as I said, hopefully at some point in the next 7 to 8 weeks, I can look all the players in the eye and say, look, I told you it's all about a squad. You're not going to remember the games that you didn't play. Here's your league championship medal. Hopefully we can get to a cup final or 2, and that's what they'll remember. And they won't remember the days they're on the bench, etc. But I'm fortunate that the squad that we've put together, their mentality's right. They understand it. I spoke to players who were not starting today. Attitude was bang on. Not one word, not one crossword. Yep, totally get it. Because they respect the other members of the team or members of the squad. Because as I said to you, only 11 out of the 16 or 17 that we've got could play, and do a bloody good job. And I think when we put the squad together, flexibility was a big thing. And as you saw today, I mean, we took Bully off just because he picked up a booking, and we thought the ref was looking to, an opportunity to get him off. So we take him off, drop Jack Ainsley in there, put Reedy in there, and it works. And then we bring Sweeney on and push George Contreras in the hole, and that works. So we've got great flexibility in the squad. So yeah, it's I'm being long-winded, but it's a pleasure to manage. I don't find it a chore at all. I don't find it difficult, because every single player that I've signed, I've told them from the start of the season, none of them will play 90 minutes for all the games, and that's been proven to be the case.
Yes, no, exactly. You mentioned the cup. Obviously, all eyes turn to next Saturday now, and the next step on the path to Wembley as it in. What's the feeling in the camp? Sort of a week out.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it. It's a chance to take the club further again to what they've been. Wroxham will be a difficult game. They're having an extremely good season. We've always had close games with them, but I think it will be a tight game. I think it might just be the odd goal in it, but defensively this season we've been outstanding. Another clean sheet today. I think someone tweeted us 26 clean sheets for James Bradbrook in all competitions. So from that point we know we're solid. We know we can score goals. So it'll all be down to the day, but I'm looking forward to it, and may the best team win.
Exactly. Well, we wish you all the best for next Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Catch
No
you later.
problems.
Right, there we have it. Stowe walking out 3-0 winners today in what could be a vital victory on the path to the Championship, considering a lot of results may have just gone their way. Wasn't a pre-game by any standards, scrappy, but you're never going to win them all with pre-football. So I hope you enjoyed it. Join us next Saturday on Stowmarket's path to the Vase. We'll be away at Wroxham. Hope you can all join us. Cheers.